Coming up on this episode of Sports Path, the fall season is wrapped up, and we take a look at how far your Fab 5 teams made it during the 2016 fall high school sports season.
Then we look ahead to the winter season to find out which Fab 5 teams we expect to make an impact not only on the ice, but on the basketball court.
We'll have all that and more as we take you down the Sports Path.
Ground ball, finds the hole up the middle.
Steps up, goes deep, left side, receiver open, counting, touchdown, Titans! Takes a nice shot outside the goal box, and he will break the 0-0 tie. Fantastic shot by Kenloff Solon.
Giller makes a move, a good one, opportunity here, the Bears score! The Bears strike first. He's at the 40, he's down to the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jalen Bryan. Why not? What a beautiful run. Maureen there, fights her off the puck, opportunity here, another sit, and a goal! Second chance effort for the Pioneers. Put the icing on the cake, if you will, Mike. Let it go down and got to the outside and said good evening and good night.
Hello and welcome to the show, everybody. Sam Erickson and John Miller here to bring you all the action this week on Sports Path. We'll start things out with a recap of Mahtomedi's opening round loss to Mankato West in the state tournament. Then we'll preview some Fab 5 winter sports. We got highlights of a trio of Mahtomedi girls hockey games we did right here on TV 19. As always, got a jam-packed show, so we'll kick things off with that state tournament recap. What do you got for us, John?
Yeah, Sam, we talked last week about how the Mahtomedi football team made it to the state tournament. They played Mankato West at Farmington High School in the state Class 5A quarterfinals. We both predicted a win for the Zephyrs, not only a win, but a state championship. But they've pretty much been unstoppable all this season. They finished the regular season undefeated and then went undefeated in Section 4 5A, but they finally met their match during the state tournament playing Mankato West High School, losing 28-7. But let's give you a little breakdown of how that happened. Looking at the scoring summary here, Mahtomedi scores on a 42-yard gain from TJ Tumbleson with 5:25 left in the first quarter. Obviously, we've known Mahtomedi's running game has been quite unstoppable this season and showed early in the game. West scored on the second play of the second quarter, along with a 2-point conversion to bring the score 8-7, West leading by 1. The score would stay that way through most of the half until Anthony Pramel throws a Hail Mary to the end zone to close out the first half. Unfortunately, the Scarlets intercept and return the pass for an 80-yard touchdown, bringing the score to 15-7. No scoring in the third quarter. It seemed like these teams were really pretty even throughout the third quarter, and that unlucky interception, the Hail Mary, just set the Zephyrs back just a little bit. The West Scarlets scored early in the fourth, adding to the lead to make it 22-7 over Mahtomedi. Then another score, 5:48 left in the game, sealed the deal for Mankato West, giving them a 28-7 final score over the Zephyrs. All three Mankato West touchdowns, besides that pick six, were rushing touchdowns from their quarterback, Robert Meadle. Meadle averaged more rushing yards than passing yards during the regular season, and that was also their leading rusher on their team. As the quarterback, Sam, you know it was a really close game despite 28-7 score. After that intercepted pass on the Hail Mary, the touchdown really rounded out the first half, and Mahtomedi was never really able to recover after that.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for such a talented team, but you know Dave Mutzel's going to kind of reload that squad and get them back next year, and they'll be strong again. So you see that the Zephyrs miss out, or they make the state tournament, miss out on getting to U.S. Bank Stadium, unfortunately. But they weren't the only ones doing big things this fall for your Fab 5. We saw North St. Paul narrowly miss out on a spot at the state tournament in soccer, and of course they'll be back in a big way next year with our boys Ada Claremont and Busquets Judy, who will be seniors. Hill Murray finished third in class state for girls soccer in Class A, with a lot of freshmen making big contributions, so they might be in the mix for a state title next year. Hill Murray also continued their turnaround on the football field, with brand new head coach Pete Bursich getting 2 wins at the end of the year, including an upset win in the section tournament. They may have started out poorly, but Bursich finally seemed to turn things around with the struggling team. Now in volleyball, North St. Paul had another stellar year. The Polars finished the regular season 23-3, going undefeated and reclaiming the Metro East Championship. Another year of fall sports are in the books here in the East Metro. But for all of us at Sports Path, we want to say thank you and good luck in the future to our Fab 5 student athletes.
Yeah, Sam, well, after that fall sports review, we'll preview hockey and take a look at those Mahtomedi hockey highlights when we return. It's Sports Path here on TV 19.
Ever since it's been around, just a spoonful of menthol helps the poison go down.
Smoke-related illness is killing us, disproportionately black men and youth.
Far surpassing any other drug, disease, or car crashes. And it's no accident.
The ashtray leads to our ashes.
Sin embargo, esa no es la historia que ustedes nos cuentan. Ustedes, con sus anuncios, disfrazan el sabor de la muerte. Ustedes no nos dicen las tasas de la mortalidad, tampoco nos dicen lo que vamos a pagar, la deuda por cada aliento.
You're betting on us to ignore the Surgeon General's warning.
You improve profit margins when you profit off those in the margins, making us think you're our friends by giving us a bargain.
Like a van, parked out on the corner giving away free sample cartons.
It's all addictive, and menthol makes quitting even harder.
It's disgusting to see how you focus your campaign on the young, black, and dumb.
That's the way you described us, saying the younger the better. Black lungs don't matter, as long as our pockets get fatter. We don't smoke it, so it don't matter.
We're not buying these lies you're telling us. It's all just smoke, you're blowing us.
RJ Reynolds said he'd never smoke it, but he's selling it to us. Sponsoring our favorite concerts, movies, and magazines. But we're here to tell you that we're on to your scheme. We see the ugly truths behind the smoke screen, the beautiful lies that we won't believe.
Stop selling us these beautiful lies and ugly truths.
Cause we ain't buying them.
Cause we ain't buying them.
Cause we ain't buying them.
Cause I ain't buying them.
TV 19 sports fans, remember that we are always looking for volunteers to run the camera at TV 19 sports broadcasts. We arrive at games early to set up, we eat some snacks, and then we broadcast the game. It's very easy to get involved. All you have to do is contact Arlen Becker at the contact info listed on the screen, and we will get you started right away.
It's always a great opportunity. Well, welcome back inside the Sports Path studio. Sam Erickson and John Miller with you. And temperatures finally started to drop here in Minnesota, and you know that means that high school hockey can't be far behind. It's a wonderful tradition every winter here in Minnesota, and out here in the East Metro, we've got some of the best high school hockey in the state. Let's take a look at which of our Fab 5 schools have a chance to do some things on the ice this season.
Yeah, let's go into the girls hockey preview. Hill Murray, no doubt, will continue to be the dominant program in the Metro East. The Pioneers come off a year where they finished third in the state. in what some would call a disappointing year for the Pioneers. They start off this year ranked 4th in Class 2A and will definitely be a favorite to be state champs. But we also want to take a look at some of our other girls hockey programs. Got the North Tartan finished 2nd last year in the Metro East with a 7-2 record and finished over 500 overall. They should be as strong again this year and vie for 2nd and 3rd place with Mahtomedi. White Bear Lake had a great year in the Suburban East last year, finishing near the top of the conference standings and above 500 overall, getting the 2 seed in Section 4 2A. The Bears start off the season ranked number 17 in Class 2A and should challenge for one of the top spots in Section 4 again this year. Section 4 is also home to Hill Murray. It'll be tough to dethrone the Pioneers in 2017. So there's a little review of the last year / preview of this year, but things are actually already underway for girls hockey, and we covered a trio of Mahtomedi games here on TV 19. We got all the highlights, and we'll start with the first game of the year as the Zephyrs hosted Hastings back on the 10th.
That's right, and I'll be taking over that highlight. There's a look at St. Croix Rec Center. That's where this one all went down. Starting off the season, Mahtomedi and Hastings. And this one got started, the scoring, I should say, got started 6 minutes into the first period as Mackenzie Putnam puts one in from the top of the point, but Callie McNary is credited with the goal as she deflected it into the net. Hastings leads it 1-0. We'll pick it up 6 minutes into the second period where Lena Connell sends one right to the net. Ficcadetti stops the puck but can't keep control of it as Alexa Harrington gets the rebound from the shallow angle to make it 2-0. And Ficcadetti again will have trouble holding on the puck. This will be the third goal. I think she has it underneath her, but it's trickling right there on the line where number 24, Erica McDonald, passes it across the line and in for the goal. That one looked to be a goal, but it's actually a penalty as you see the shove. The shot was saved. You see the shove. And Mahtomedi on that same power play penalty kill after that penalty. Gets another penalty there, setting up this 5-on-3 opportunity for Hastings. They pass it across the crease and get their fourth goal. And as I said, makes it 4-0 on that fourth goal. Taking advantage of the 5-on-3. Mahtomedi will finally get on the board here as Kennedy Berggren gets the interception, takes it all alone, gets it past the 5-hole. She's pretty jacked up about that one, as she should be with the nice finish. We're going to take another look at that one in slow-mo here in just a second as Berggren gets the first goal of the season for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Unfortunately, Mahtomedi couldn't do much, being down 4-1 late in the third period. That would be a final score as the Hastings Raiders beat the Zephyrs. Zephyrs outshot the Raiders in the third period 11-5, but Hastings led in overall shots 29-25. Mahtomedi was 0 for 3 on the power play. And as you see, Hastings open up the season with a 4-1 win over the Zephyrs.
Yeah, now we're going to take a look at the next Mahtomedi game with Mahtomedi against the St. Paul Blades. And after a week of rest, the Zephyrs girls hockey team was right back at it, this time facing off against the Blades. As I just said, the Zephyrs would start off the scoring in this one. Number 27, Jordan McAlpine, takes one in. Look at this. She gets past she gets the pass in the zone and the skates around and hits this one right past the goalie, number 4. Erica Broughton was credited with the assist, but that one pretty much was all Jordan McAlpine as she skates circles around the Blades. Her first goal of the season. The next goal comes late in the first period. Number 28, Marin Ryan, fires one from on the top of the point. Number 10, Callie Kruger, eventually flips it in the net for a 2-0 lead. The Blades only getting shots on goal in that period. Moving now to the second. The scoring continues early on in the second period, 3 minutes in. Number 26, Anna Broughton, skates it up the ice, passes over to number 2, Lauren Heitch, who gives it right back to Broughton, who goes top shelf to make it 3-0 Mahtomedi. This is a completely different story than that Hastings game that Sam just covered. And later in the third, Molly Murthin has a pass the puck passes her out in front to number 28, Marin Ryan. Ryan fires it in at the top of that 4-0 lead. Late in the second, Marin Ryan is on a breakaway again with Kylie Krozik. 2-on-2, Marin Ryan sends it in. Goalie makes it save, but can't kick it far enough to the side. Kylie Krozik gets her first goal on the night off of that rebound. And then we'll take you, you'll see it right here. Here's the goal. Then we'll take you 6 minutes into the third period. Number 2, Juliana Smallwood passes it to wide open. Number 9, Kaylee Krozik, she puts it right past the goaltender for her second goal of the night. The Blades defense broke down that play. It leaves her wide open in front of the net, and that's not good if you're the Spades. A few seconds after the face-off, number 10, Kylie Kruger, gets caught in the penalty for checking. That puts the Blades up on a key power play in the third period for them to maybe score a goal, and that they did. The initial shot comes in from number 14, Hannah Zavril, and then she would get the rebound. And number 9, Gianni Gabrielli, how's that for hockey name, gets the goal and puts it past Ficcadetti. Krozik decides to make it a hat trick Late in the third, Selwood, another assist, passes it from behind the net. Krozik goes in the 5-0 for her third goal on the night. That's a hat trick for Krozik, and that's score 7-1. Goals on shots on goal will be 35-12 in favor of the Zephyrs. It was really their game from the beginning. They controlled the puck and caught the Blades defense off guard more than once for this 7-1 win. On top of that, Ficadenti had a great game besides that one power play goal for the Blades. Ficadenti stopped 11 of 12 shots on net for a 91% save percentage in the game. That also raised their total after only a 76% in the game against Hastings. Of course, another huge accomplishment in that game was number 9, Kylie Krozik with a hat trick. And number 2, Juliana Selwood gets 3 assists in the game. Great game across the board for Mahtomedi as they faced a little bit of an easier opponent. And now I'll send you again to Sam for another Mahtomedi girls game.
That's right, so 1-on-1 on the season for Mahtomedi. And we had their third game as well, this one against Cretin-Aram Hall. They played host. Cretin-Aram Hall, the visitors, and Aaron Myers is going to get the scoring started in this one. First period, Aaron Myers, of course, of the Cretin-Aram Hall Raiders. So they lead it 1-0 off of that shot. Now with Mahtomedi on the power play, they'll give up a shorthanded goal. As you see Jordan Hansen getting in on net and firing off a nice wrist shot past the goalie. Now on that same power play, Mahtomedi still with the advantage, already given up one shorthanded goal, give away another breakaway and another shorthanded goal as Anna Klein of Cretin-Aram Hall makes it 3-0 early on here first period. And it would be all Cretin in the first as they get a fourth goal, this one from the top of the point. As Kennedy Spearing fires it in for the Raiders, they lead 4-0. Now Mahtomedi did a better job in the second period holding Cretin at bay, but late on in that second period they would get a goal as Spearing once again getting in on net. Actually, excuse me, that wasn't Spearing, but another goal for Cretin-Aram Hall as they lead 5-0 then in the third. They will make it 6. That one was Kennedy Spearing as she was there to follow it up and finishes off the one-timer. And then Cretin-Aram Hall would get another one only a minute later. That would make it 7-0 as the loose puck was picked up by Bree Willier. So 7-0 for the Raiders as they take down Mahtomedi, out shooting the Zephyrs 30-17. So Mahtomedi starting off the year at 1-2, but they are facing some tough opponents. Had their game on Friday against War Road canceled, probably because of the weather. But Zephyrs can use some rest as they're getting ready for Metro East Conference play.
Yeah, as you can see, Sam, or as we just got into, you can see Mahtomedi season is already underway. We'll take a quick look at the Metro East standings. Not a whole lot going on this early, but you do see Hastings picking up a couple of points against Mahtomedi in that Metro East game that started off the year for both teams. Hill Murray lost their first game of the year, something that didn't happen until the state tournament last season. Pioneers lost their opening game to the top-ranked team in the state, Eden Prairie, 4-2. Hill continues their tough non-conference schedule with games against Lakeville North and Lakeville South, and a big one at number 2 ranked Edina next Saturday, so good luck to them.
Yeah, it should be a tough schedule, but they are a good team, so bet they're up for the challenge. Now we'll look at the Suburban East, where White Bear Lake has yet to play a conference game, but they are 1-2 overall so far this year. The Bears lost a close one to Anoka to start their season, but bounced back with a win against 11th-ranked Eastview, but then fell again to 8th-ranked Elk River in another close game. White Bear continues their non-conference schedule with a couple games in Grand Rapids this weekend. No doubt good preparation for what should be a good Suburban East Conference yet again this year, with the likes of Cretin, Forest Lake, and Stillwater all ranked in the top 20 to start the year.
Yeah, so exciting times for girls hockey in the East Metro. Now we'll switch over to the boys and see which are our Fab 5 schools we can expect big things from.
And as always, Bill Lechner and the Hill Murray Pioneers expect to be a factor come playoff time. Last year, the Pioneers finished ranked in the top 20 of Class 2A, missing out on the state tournament, courtesy of an overtime wonder goal by Noah Cates and the Stillwater Ponies. You saw that here on TV 19. Hill should once again challenge for that Section 4 title, even with losing some key players, including one we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute. Over at Mahtomedi, the Zephyrs start off the year ranked 6th in Class A. Mott loses their top scorer and their starting goalie from last year, but they will have their second leading scorer, Luke Posner, back, who is now a senior. The Zephyrs get their season started against St. Paul Academy on Saturday. White Bear Lake had an up and down year in the Suburban East last season. The Bears graduate most of their top scorers from last year, but bring back goalie Bob Parento, who logged a lot of minutes, seeing action in 18 games and picking up 5 wins. We expect to see White Bear battling it out for one of the top spots in Section 4 2A again this year. The top seed in this section will be tough to take, though, with Hill Murray and last year's top-ranked Stillwater also calling Section 4 home. The Bears start their season against Bloomington Jefferson on Saturday and already have a conference game Tuesday at Forest Lake.
Yeah, well, Sam mentioned that Hill Murray is losing a couple key players from last season on their hockey squad. One of those players is junior forward Dylan Mills. Mills recorded 15 goals and 14 assists for 29 total points last season, which includes a goal and assist in the section tournament. Dylan was drafted 18th in round 7 of the 2016 North American Hockey League draft. The NAHL is the only Tier 2 league sanctioned by USA Hockey. It has 24 teams in 12 states across North America. It is open to players ages from 16 to 20. Playing for the Minnesota Wilderness, based out of Cloquet, Minnesota, Dylan Mills has had a pretty successful rookie season. He has racked up 6 goals and 6 assists for 12 points on the team, which is good enough for 8th on the team overall in points scored. It's unfortunate that Hill Murray had to lose such a great hockey player, but we wish Dylan good luck as he continues his hockey career and reaches for those dreams playing in the NHL.
Yeah, most definitely. Got to be fun playing junior hockey up in a place like Cloquet. Good luck, Dylan. Keep racking up those points. Well, coming up, we take a look at the winter basketball season and see where your Fab 5 teams stack up against the competition. Don't go anywhere.
I see my friends out there getting waves and talking about them, and I know exactly what they're doing and what they're feeling and everything. It's like, it's hard. I was diagnosed when I was 57. It was a surprise to me when they told me I had MS. It's like, you sure?
Well, the idea is this is a 360-degree virtual reality camera rig. Steve hasn't been able to ride a wave in way too many years, so now I'm going to ride a wave and we get to share it with him. Well, we're going to do something.
Just put that on your head. Whoa. Oh, this is unreal. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Boom. Nice. Nice. This is fantastic.
Here, let me set it up and you get into
Set
the
it up.
ride.
Let's do that again.
TV19 sports fans, don't forget to like us on social media. We post many of our broadcasts on our YouTube channel and link them to Facebook and Twitter. You won't want to miss all the content on our social media pages. All right, welcome back to the Sports Bass Studio. John Miller and Sam Erickson with you to bring all the action and info for your Fab 5 in the East Metro. We've already talked hockey, but we've also got some teams ready to hit the hardwood. Sam's got a look at your Fab 5's upcoming girls basketball season.
That's right, John. White Bear Lake had an unforgettable season last year in girls basketball. The Bears won 20 games on the year and made it to the state tournament, winning Section 4 4A. The Bears were a team very heavy with seniors last year and found a lot of success as a team rather than just with one player. In fact, a few of their players were nice enough to join us last season for an in-studio interview. Well, it looks like it'll be tough for White Bear to match the success of last season, but Coach Jeremy Post is one of the best in the business. He continues to build that program with a very strong youth system, meaning that most of the girls that make it to the varsity level for White Bear have played together years before. Now over in the Metro East, we had a few of our Fab 5 schools bunched together in the middle of the standings last year. Hill Murray will always be a threat under the guidance of Coach Aaron Herman. Mahtomedi continues to improve with the experience of star forward Emma Grouthouse, who averaged 16.7 points per game as only a sophomore last year. The Zephyrs also returned their second leading scorer in Marissa Gustafson, who chipped in 14.8 points per game. And then there is Tartan. The Titans lose only one senior with major minutes. Division I prospect Zaria Whitlock returns as a senior, and 9th grader Zaria Chevre returns after being a full-time starter as an 8th grader last year. Now, Tartan is led by head coach Tim Ober, who has a history of turning around programs here in the Metro, and I fully expect Tartan to improve on last year's win total. and should be a great year in the Metro East for girls basketball. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds, and of course, you'll be able to catch your Fab 5 teams in action here on TV19.
Yeah, that's right, Sam. There are things on the girls' side of the basketball court. Now I'll give you a look at what we can expect from the boys' teams this upcoming season, starting with Tartan boys basketball. They finished tied at the top of the Metro East with North St. Paul with a 15-1 record. Although overall they had a better record than the Polars, they are returning a few players who are now seniors who led the team in scoring. They have senior guard and leading scorer Jordan Horn. This young man led the team with 16 points per game, and small forward and fellow football player Javon Walker, who averaged 11 points per game. I expect these two to put Tartan up at the top of the division once again, but not without a fight from the Polars. They return junior Good News Kapogel, who as a sophomore scored 11 points per game. They lost a few seniors, including leading scorer Adrian Wadlington, but I fully expect them to be a competitive group this year. Not to be overlooked, though, is a good Mahtomedi team who finished third behind those teams, and they have their top two leading scorers from last year returning. There's 6'6" senior guard Parker Fox. He averaged 21 points per game last year, and I have to imagine he's going to be scoring more this year. And senior guard Shane Frost, who averaged 14 points per game. This is going to be a great boys basketball season for your Fab 5 schools, so good luck to them. All right, time for your Fab 5 athletes of the week. We know all of you guys have been working hard, but I can only pick one male and one female athlete of the week. This week is an exception for the boys since there is currently no boys sports teams other than Mahtomedi football, who has played in the last few weeks, and hockey is yet to begin. So I'm going to congratulate the Mahtomedi Zephyrs on a great season that they had in football, although it didn't end up the way we thought it would. As I said earlier, me and Sam thought they would state. They still put together a fantastic season behind seniors Jalen Fry, Andy Boyan, Anthony Pramel, and TJ Tumbleson. So congrats to you young gentlemen, and good luck in whatever you do or choose to do next year, and especially in college. And for those underclassmen, time to get back to work and continue to build this great program. We can't wait to cover you guys next year. For the girls, we have Mahtomedi hockey player number 9, Kylie Krozik. She had that hat trick in the win that I covered earlier against the St. Paul Blades. Now Sam's going to lead you into kind of a different thing this week.
Yeah, nice job by all of our Fab 5 athletes of the week, and always continue to work hard, and maybe we'll reward you by giving you that distinction right here on Sports Path. And well, we'll finish things off with something you may have heard about, folks, a little something called the Mannequin Challenge. The Mannequin Challenge is a recent social media trend where people are posting videos of themselves being perfectly still and acting, well, as mannequins. Well, we decided to have a little bit of fun and send out our own call for mannequin challenges to our Fab 5 schools over social media. Parker Fox, star player on the Mahtomedi boys basketball team, responded with a mannequin challenge brought to you by the 4th Hour Advanced Weights class over at Mahtomedi High School. If you watch closely, you may see some Mahtomedi athletes in this video, including tennis captain Emily Cooper, who we actually had on our show a couple weeks ago, Nicole Hempstead, who plays soccer, track, and gymnastics, Lisa Sicard from the soccer team, Graham DeVore, who plays football and baseball, Andy Boyan, the star wide receiver from the football team, Trey Newman from the basketball team, Lincoln Rock from basketball and baseball, Anthony Pramel, the football quarterback, also on the basketball team, and Jawado Kawat from the football team. Great job, Mahtomedi 4th Hour Advanced Weights, and way to have some fun with it. We received one other mannequin challenge video brought to you by Madeline Sheehan, captain of the Hillary dance team. They took the time during one of their recent practices to shoot their own mannequin challenge video. Shout out to the Hillary dance team, and thanks for letting us use your video. We are continuing our mannequin challenge and would like to see some other Fab 5 schools get into it. Get out there with your winter athletic teams and submit your mannequin challenge. All you have to do is tag us on Twitter or Facebook, and we will see it. If it is good enough, you may see it right here on Sports Path. Thanks once again to Parker Fox for submitting this week's Mannequin Challenge video.
Yeah, great job, Sam. Great job to those schools. Now let's take a look at the upcoming broadcasts. On December 8th, we have White Bear Lake versus Roseville Wrestling, our first wrestling game of the year. December 9th, we have White Bear versus Park Girls Basketball, our first basketball game of the year. And December 10th, Hill Murray versus Mahtomedi Boys Hockey. And on December 13th, Girls Hockey, we have North Tartan versus Mahtomedi, and then on the 14th we have boys hockey for a very good game between Mahtomedi versus Simley, and on December 20th we rounded out with girls hockey, Hill Murray versus North/Tartan.
Yeah, let's not forget about the next episode of Sports Path 2 weeks from tonight on December the 7th, live at 7 p.m. Got a lot of exciting stuff coming up for you here on TV 19. Well, nice job tonight, John.
Yeah, Sam, it was a good time. Remember to like us on social media and get all up to date on all the latest action.
Yeah, for John Miller, I'm Sam Erickson, and everybody else here at Sports Path. Want to thank you for watching, and have a good night.
Jordan McAlpine, the first goal of the season. She had 10 last year for the Zephyrs. They light the lamp first and take a 1-0 lead.
Making some initial saves. Let's see what they see in her St. Paul plays. Very quick, able to get low fast, unfortunately, and up and under and get to above the goalie.